Good morning, scholars. Today we are going to be doing Module 6, Lesson 11. I hope you all had awesome weekends and you got to play outside maybe, or you got to observe the weather in Chicago this weekend. I hope that you are reading and learning and growing your brain still over the weekend. Let's get started on another day of math. You should open up your packet to Module 6, Lesson 11. Looks like this. Let's get started reading. We're reading where it says Troy right here. We're reading on 2. Troy wants to have 26 stickers in his folder. He needs 9 more stickers to make his goal. How many stickers does he have right now? Scholars, on your page, you are going to use a tape diagram and a number sentence to find how many stickers Troy has now. Pause and solve on your own. Nice job solving all by yourself. Let's go over that answer together. So we know that Troy's goal is to have a total of 26 stickers. He needs 9 more. So he has some right now. We don't know how many, but he needs 9 more to make his goal. We read the problem. Let's draw a tape diagram to help us solve. So I'm going to set it up like this and like this. And then we can't forget the 2 lines that help us find the total. So we know that his goal is to have a total of 26. So this whole tape diagram should be equal to 26. He needs 9 more. So we know that he has a part of 9. The other part of how many he has right now, we don't know. So I'm going to put a question mark there for we don't know or unknown, and then an equal sign, and then I'll write the number when we find it over here. I'm going to label this 9 M for more because he needs 9 more. And this side of the tape diagram, I'm going to label H for how many he has right now. Scholars, you have 2 options when creating a number sentence for this problem. You could use an addition or a subtraction number sentence. Let's set up the addition number sentence. So we know that we have a part of 9, and we need another missing part that we don't know to get a total of 26. Raise your hand if you wrote this addition number sentence on your page. Nice job. Let's see what the subtraction number sentence would look like. In a subtraction number sentence, we always start with the, that's right, we always start with the total. So the total is 26, and we know one part of 9, and we don't know the other part. So scholars, you have 2 options. You could use an addition or a subtraction number sentence. To help you solve, you can either count up from 9 all the way to 26, or you can count down from 26, counting down 9 times. I'm going to count down from 26 9 times. Do it with me. Grab 26, get ready, go. 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. Stop. We've counted down 9 times. The number we landed at was 17. That tells me that our missing part is 17. I'm going to fill it in on both of my number sentences. You can choose either one or both number sentences to put on your page. And don't forget to fill out your answer statement. Let's read the completed answer statement together. Troy has 17 stickers right now. Oh my goodness, silly Miss Javadi. She almost forgot to write it in her tape diagram. Nice job, scholars. Let's go on to the next page. For today's lesson, you are going to be practicing adding two-digit numbers together. That means you're adding two numbers that both have a tens and a ones place together. Let's start by looking at this problem right here. 24 plus 10 is, shout it out on 2, 1, 2. That's right, 24 plus 10 is 34. Let's think of how that might help you to solve this problem right here that we're looking at. Scholars, I want you to pause and solve this problem on your own, on your packet right now. When you're done, go ahead and play the video again. Remember to pause. You can either press the button with 2 lines, or you can press the space bar. Nice job. Let's look at this one together. For a problem like this, you can either use number bonds or a quick tens drawing to help you solve. I'm going to use number bonds to help us solve. So over here we have 24 plus 13. I'm going to break up the smaller number into tens and ones. I'm going to break up the smaller number into, that's right, the smaller number is 13. The smaller number is, you got it. Let's break it up into tens and ones. I'm going to draw a number bond underneath that number. I know that 13 has a 1 in the tens place, which tells me that there is 1 10. 1 10 is equal to 10. And I know that it has 3 ones. So I'm going to write 3 on this side. I'm going to add together 24 plus 10. Remember I said, how can the problem 24 plus 10 help us solve this one? 24 plus 10, I know that 24 has 2 tens. 10 is equal to 1 10. 2 tens plus 1 10 is equal to 3 tens. 2 tens plus 1 10 is equal to, that's right, 3 tens, and we can't forget the ones. So 24 plus 10 is equal to 34. Now we just have to add the ones right here. So we used this part of the number bond. Now we have to remember to use this part. So we're going to write 34. If you don't have this number sentence on your page, now would be the time to write it, as well as this work over here. 34 plus 3 is equal to, this one should be pretty easy for you guys, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37. Nice job. So that tells me that 24 plus 13 is 37. Let's look at the next one down below. I want you to pause and solve 54 plus 13 on your own. You can use quick tens and ones, or you can challenge yourself and use number bonds to solve like I did up here. Nice job solving on your own. Let's solve this one together. So you have really 2 options when you're going to solve using number bonds. You can break up, just like we did up on the first problem. You can break up the smaller number into tens and ones, or you can choose to break up both numbers into tens and ones by doing this. So we can break up 54 into tens and ones. How many tens are in the number 54? That's right, there are 5 tens. There are. Nice job. 5 tens is equal to the number. That's right, 5 tens is equal to the number 50. And we see 4 ones over here. 13, let's break that up into tens and ones, just like we did before. We have 1 10, which is equal to 10. Let me do it in a different color so you can see. We have 1 10 and 3 ones. Now, we can add together the tens first. So we're going to write 50 plus, go ahead and write this on your page as I'm writing. 10, oops, 10, and let's see what that equals. We have 50, which is equal to 5 tens, and 10, which is equal to 1 10. 5 tens plus 1 10 is equal to, that's right, 6 tens. 6 tens is equal to the number 60. You got it. Now we have 60. Now we can add together the ones. So I'm going to cross out on my page the tens because we use them and I don't want to get confused again. Now let's add together the ones. We have 4 over there plus 3. 4 plus 3 is, that's right, 4 plus 3 is 7. Now I'm going to cross out the ones because we use the ones. Now we need to add together these two numbers to find the total. Let's add them together. I'm going to write a number sentence adding together these two numbers. 60 plus 7 is equal to 67. How did I know so quickly that 60 plus 7 is equal to 67? Think, think, think. Say out your answer on 2. 1, 2. That's right. I know so quickly that 60 plus 7 is equal to 67 because 60 is equal to 6 tens and 7 is equal to 7 ones. 6 tens plus 7 ones is equal to 67. I got it. Let me write it over here. So that's another way that you can solve these types of problems. So over here on the first problem, we just broke up the smaller number into tens and ones. On the second problem, we broke up both numbers into tens and ones, added the tens together, then added the ones together, then added the numbers that we got for the tens and the ones together. Let's keep moving on this page. If you need more time to write down these problems, pause and make sure you get all of this on your page now. Let's keep going. So down here, we are going to solve similarly. But first, you are going to pause and solve both 15 plus 13 and 45 plus 23 on your own. Nice job solving on your own. Let's look at them together. So for 15 plus 13, you can either break up the smaller number or break up both numbers into tens and ones. I'm going to break up both numbers into tens and ones. I'm going to break up 15 into 10 and 5. Sorry, that looks messy. And 13 into, tell me what two parts come out of 13, tens and ones. We got 10 and 3, nice job. Now let's add together the tens. So we have 10 plus another 10 from over here, from the 13. And what would we get if we add 10 plus 10? We get, that's right, we get 20. Now let's add together the ones. I'm going to cross out my tens because I use them. Now let's add together the ones. We have 5 over there from the 15. And then how many do we have from 13? We have 3, that's right. 5 plus 3 is, that's right, 5 plus 3 is 8. I'm going to write 8 right here. I'm going to cross out my ones because I use them already. Now let's add together the number that we got when we added together the tens and the number that we got when we added together the ones. We got 20. We got 20 plus 8. 20 plus 8 is equal to, that's right, 20 plus 8 is equal to 28. Go ahead and fill that in on your page. I hope you already solved 45 plus 23 on your own. If you haven't already, go ahead and do that now. Now that you've done it on your own, let's look at it together. So for this number sentence, I'm going to choose to break up the smaller number into tens and ones. So the smaller number is 23. I'm going to break that up into tens and ones. On your page, make sure you have the correct tens and ones for 23. So I see 2 tens, which is equal to 20, and 3 tens, which is equal to, and 3 ones, which is equal to 3. Now let's add together the first number and the tens. So we're going to write 45 plus 20. If you don't have this, you should be writing it on your page as I'm writing. 45 plus 20, whew, that's a big one. What could we do here? Well, I know that 20 is equal to 2 tens. And I know that 40 is equal to 4 tens. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 tens plus 2 tens is equal to 6 tens. Keep that number in my head, 6 tens. Plus I see 5 ones. 6 tens plus 5 ones is equal to, think. That's right, 65. 6 tens plus 5 ones is equal to 65. We got that by adding 4 tens plus 2 tens, then the ones. Now let's add the part that's left over. We have 65 plus we have one more number in our number bond. What number is that? It is, that's right, it's 3. 65 plus 3, which is equal to, this is a tough one. How can we solve? I'm going to grab 65 and count up 3 times. Do it with me. 65, 67, 65, 66, 67, 68. Nice job. 68. Fill it in over here. Now, before we move any further, I have a super challenging second grade question for you scholars. How does solving the problem 15 plus 13 equals 28 help us solve the problem 45 plus 23 equals 68? How does solving the problem 15 plus 13 help us solve 45 plus 23? Pause and think about it on your own now. That's right. You know that if 15 plus 13 is 28, 45 plus 23 must equal 68 because we took 15 and we added 3 tens to it to make it 45. Then we added 13. We started with 13 and we added 1 more 10 to make it 23. We added a total of 4 more 10s. 3 from the 15 and 1 from the 13 to get us to 45 and 23. Since we added 4 more 10s to these numbers, we also added 4 more 10s to the solution. So we started with 28 28 plus 4/10 is also equal to 68. I know that's a super challenging second grade question, and don't worry about it if that didn't make sense right now. We're going to be talking a lot more about it as we go on. Scholars, the next problems on this page and the ones after in these boxes are your independent practice. Remember that you can choose to solve by using a number bond to break up the smaller number, or you can use two number bonds to break up both numbers like we did up here. Awesome work on all of your math scholars. Keep it up. I am so impressed and proud of all of you. Bye.